Shalom, YouTube. Now, I know we speak a lot about Jezebel and these sex demons, the succubus, the incubus, but y'all also got to watch out for that spirit of Delilah. Delilah. And Delilah is named after the Philistine woman, Delilah, which is in the Bible. And Delilah was used by the enemy to bring down Samson. And Samson was one of the mightiest warriors of the Bible. Delilah was bribed to entrap Samson and get information out of him in order for him to reveal secrets. And he revealed to her his secrets, which was his strength, which was his long hair. And she called a servant to cut his hair, and she pretty much betrayed him to the enemy, to his enemies. Now, Jezebel is after prophets, but Delilah is after warriors. The Delilah spirit attacks your weak spots, blinding you, and deactivates your discernment. She brings discouragement, despair, and hopelessness into your life. That's the Delilah spirit. And in Samson's brokenness, he sought after God and prayed for strength. Seek God, ladies and gentlemen, when the attack comes. Ask God to heal your weaknesses, to guide you and reactivate your discernment, sharpen it, and to bring courage and strength back into your life. The spirit of Delilah is seductive and can be very deceptive, with influences that can lead people astray and can lead people away from their spiritual commitment and God's purpose. A Delilah spirit, ladies and gentlemen, is dangerous and sneaky, because Delilah, she deceived Samson by pretending to seek the secret of his strength out of love, while her true intentions, her true intentions and her motive was already to betray him, but she had to come into his life and pretend to be all lovey-dovey and pretend to love him. What they say, love is blind. So the Delilah spirit is associated with deceitful and manipulative behaviors by using seduction and her charm to influence and extract information out of you. Although we also got these monitoring spirits as well that ask you questions randomly, but that Delilah spirit is the one that comes into your life pretending to be that girlfriend or that wife, pretending those little pillow talks and all that. That Delilah spirit, that's dangerous, because she comes into your life with that charm and deceit, but she already came into this relationship with already a motive. Now you see, Delilah was used by the Philistines to destroy Samson in exchange for some chavo, dinero, money, moolah. Yeah. Does the term honey trap make sense to y'all now? The word honey trap. Me. Yeah, y'all know what's up already. And excuse me for having my lights in the background with this light on. I had it off to see how it would look, but it would have came out too dark. You would have just heard my voice. So I was like, you know what? Let me just leave it, because I don't want to just keep unplugging it, keep the light on, whatever. So yes, the honey trap. Now, does that term make sense to y'all? The honey trap term? You can say that Delilah was a honey trap for Samson. She was the honey trap. And honey traps, ladies and gentlemen, they are a real thing. This is why y'all gotta discern. And, you just can't let anyone in your circle, or you just can't be sleeping with anybody. And you just can't be out here telling y'all business like that to just anyone like that. You can't. No. And you got people out here killing and fighting each other over a woman. Meanwhile, sad to say, but this is the reality. Meanwhile, one is dead and the other's in jail. And that woman is moving on with her life. She's alive. She's moving on with her life. And she's on to the next nigga that comes her way. That's the reality. Don't even check on the man in jail and ain't even mourning for the one who's dead. But moving on with her life. Yeah, you see this a lot. It ain't worth it, y'all. It ain't worth it. Because next thing you know, you got a woman in your crib. And you seen videos of this too, but you got a woman in your crib, and what's she doing, ladies and gentlemen? She leaking your address. Or she telling somebody on the other end of that phone, sneaky, and giving them information about you, about what you got in your crib, etc., etc. It's real out here, and that's as real as it gets. It's the truth. I gotta be very careful, man. Especially you see on these dating sites, people is out here meeting people on dating sites, strangers. It ain't the same no more, man. We in 2024 going to 2025. I mean, I don't know, have you been paying attention to this world lately, but even the dating sites ain't safe anymore. You got people meeting people on dating sites. Next thing you know, they getting caught up, killed, murdered, set up. Yeah, it's real out here, man. You just can't be falling for anything, man. Use the discernment. I'm telling you, when your spiritual eyes is open, turn to the Most High, when the veil is lifted, you're going to see people's demons. Yo, you're going to see people for their true motives and intentions. People get bothered by you when you see that. It ain't worth the headache, y'all. It ain't. It's not. But that's exactly what it is, and that's what happens out here. And honey traps is nothing but sex, betrayal, and weaponized love. That's exactly what a honey trap is weaponized love. And I know y'all heard Belle Biv DeVoe, his song, Poison, never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. She's dangerous. And I'm not saying all of them is like that. Not all women is like that. But it's a lot of them that are like that out there. Ooh, you heard that in between? Ooh, right on cue, noise campaign. Even the Bible tells us, don't spend all your energy on sex and all your money on women. They have destroyed kings. Proverbs chapter 31, verse 3-7. You can just read the whole Proverbs 31 if you want. Just read it. Even the Most High tells us, don't trust your neighbors. Don't have confidence in your friends. Keep your mouth shut even when a woman is lying in your arms. Ooh, all right, on cue. And that's it in Micaiah chapter 7, verse 5. So honey traps are placed in your life for a purpose. Yeah. And that is to typically study you, gain information, spend up your moolah, your money, cause your demise. A love scammer, pretty much. That is actively trying to make you fall in love with them, so that way in the end and in the long run, they could break your heart and make you jaded and pretty much ruin your outlook on love because of what they did and all that. And a lot of times, when you are spiritually awakened, unplug from this matrix, and when the Most High removes the veil from your eyes, and when you get on semen retention and you begin to not only fight that lust and fight the things you're going through, trying to change your ways, but when you begin to see and understand that this has always been more spiritual than physical, then you'll see that Satan also has his agents too. He got agents out here. And then you see a lot of women that come your way when you're operating high aura, semen retention. I'm not saying that all women is like that, but a lot are. You know, discernment, but you know, you begin to see that a lot of women, this majority that will come your way and want to be around you, a lot of them will be operating in the Jezebel spirit, the succubus spirit, and then also that Delilah spirit as well. You have to discern, because some people are not like that, but you will have a lot that are like that, and they're going to want to be around you because of that. You know, that's why they got the gang stalkers, the monitoring spirits, demons, these people who's watching you. But you also got people operating high in the light like you. But again, you're gonna attract everything. So you're gonna attract the heartbreaks, the toxic, the narcissists as well, the dark too. Not only the light, not only good people, you're going to attract everything coming your way. So this is why I'm saying discernment, you'll see, and ask the Most High to sharpen it and give you eyes to see, like, you know. And the Delilah spirit has similar characteristics to a Jezebel spirit, such as pride, vanity, or ruthlessness. Now, I'm not sure, and I can't say if a Delilah spirit can operate in a man, because I know that a Jezebel spirit does operate also in men too. And maybe it does the same thing as men. If you see these characteristics, it can be that too. But I'm not so sure about the Delilah spirit going into the man. I'm not sure, so I just can't say yeah. But I do know that Jezebel does also operate in men too, not only women. Men carry that Jezebel spirit as well. And God, pretty much, he ended up giving Samson victory, because God never lost a battle. He always wins. God is undefeated and always will be. And God ended up giving Samson victory, although many people, they died. Sad to say, they died. And Samson's hair ended up growing back during his captivity. And Samson ended up pulling pillars that held him. And the massive temple's stones fell on thousands of Philistines, their rulers, and also Samson. And everyone died at Samson's hand. That was pretty much God's victory, God's glory. The Delilah spirit is a seduction and charm, and can also manipulate other people and another person for personal gain. People with the Delilah spirit are not able to be trusted. No. They see relationships as give and take, but mostly take. And the most common use of that Delilah spirit is when a woman lures a man to do what she wants for reasons unrelated to love. Sex or flattery is the bargaining chip with an unsuspecting man. Also, you see those little crime stories where lovers be hiring their secret lovers or this man in order to kill their husbands and all this stuff. You know, stories like that too. Delilah spirit, hello. Delilah. She's very sneaky. But again, you see, the Delilah spirit comes into your life as the girlfriend, the wife, in the relationship. Someone you in relationship with, thinking this is your loved one. But she's only coming as an agent in disguise to get something out of you, information, etc. That's the Delilah spirit. The Bible, let me just keep going. A person that's under the influence of a Delilah spirit compromises their faith and values, which led Samson to abandon his Nazirite vow by sleeping with Delilah, which led him to losing his strength and resistance to his enemies, which was the Philistines. Delilah's spirit is a destructive influence, and her actions led to Samson's capture and violence against the Philistines. And Samson's sin led to his spiritual, emotional harm. Now, if Samson had time to think about his relationship, we've all been there. Sometimes we don't think with this head, we think with this. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we think with this and not with this. And then with this, later on, there's consequences. Or sometimes you do something with somebody, and then when you finish, you be like, why did I do that? Was it worth it? Man, now you feel some type of way after it was done, but you thought with this and not with this, and now you regret your decision or your choice. Things like that happen. It does happen. That's why you got to think with this. I know it can be hard. The battle is real. I know. But try your best to think with this and not with this, man. It'll save you. So, if Samson had time to think about his relationship with Delilah before his death, he would have realized Delilah betrayed him by revealing the source of his strength to the Philistines. He became wise. He became wise to her cunning act only when it was too late. After everything happened, that's when he realized, and he came to the conclusion like, damn, I was the one that got played the whole time. That's exactly what happens with y'all too. When you realize later on, even when relationships is broken and you go back to certain things, you go, man, I was the one that got played the whole time. What? You know how they say, it's not that person that you didn't know about that other person that they ended up being with and all that? It's not that you didn't know. You just never knew. But that person was always there. See? So if Samson would have thought about, if he would have had a straight, clear mind and thought well, he would have been able to realize, okay, this woman came into my life playing me from the jump. But he thought, he got so much in love. Love was blind that, it just got covered, and that's it. He ended up pillow talking, telling her his secrets. He fell in love with her. She got him with the charm and the seductive and her ways, man. And he told her his secrets, and what did she do? Ran back to those who sent her and gave all the information. It's dangerous out here. This is a lesson. It's dangerous. It's a lesson. And it's sad to say that he became wise about her later on at the end. But God still gave him the victory and glory at the end. But he ended up repenting and all that, But God still came through. God will always fight for you. God never loses. And God already saw Samson's fate. God saw everything before it happened. God saw her enter God saw it all. And this is why Paul warns people in Ephesians chapter 6 to put on the whole armor of God to fight evil forces. And Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see what's happening in this world today, those of y'all who spiritually awaken, you see exactly the shapeshift. They're showing you that this battle is not against flesh and blood, ladies and gentlemen. It's literally against the powers of this dark world and spiritual forces that control evil in the heavenly places, the realms. Now, the Bible story of Delilah and Samson reminds us to be careful of manipulators who try to get things from them. And we can't increase our pleasure while also ignoring God's plan. Can't do that. Because God's plan, we can't ignore God's plan, which is, of what is healthy and the good things that he wants us to do to live blessed lives. And since we cannot completely resist sin, is always there. Your flesh is always gonna wanna, and you gotta fight it. It's a spiritual flesh, you know what I'm saying? But you can't. It's always there. And since we can't completely resist sin, we have to pray that God will lead us from temptation, as Yeshua, Jesus, taught his disciples in the Lord's Prayer, which is in Matthew chapter 6, verse 9 through 13. So do your best to watch out for sexual manipulators and any kind of manipulation, especially when it's tempting. Proverbs, ladies and gentlemen, Proverbs describes the dangers of a seductive person. You hear the noise campaign, the music right on cue? With much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. All at once, he follows her as an ox goes to the slaughter. It's in Proverbs chapter 7, verse 21 through 22. So Samson's fate, his fate shows us that there are grave consequences to mindlessly following lust. When you think with this and not with this, and when you just fall for the looks and all this without getting, and you see it play out to this very day. It happens every day. You see it. You read the articles. You see it play out every day. You see it from with leaders in every field, from government to sports to ministries to influencers to other people's lives. People are ruining their lives by having affairs, cheating, and the truth emerges. And the damage not only affects the two people that was involved in that, but it affects more than just those two people involved. And it ain't worth it. It's not worth it. It's not. Samson's late return to faith, after going through all of that, his late return to faith, getting his strength back, can always remind us that there is always time to repent. There's always time to repent, and you can always repent, and there is always a way back from sin and also backsliding. Always. And God will always welcome us back to him when we take the first steps in his direction, praying and asking for forgiveness, as it is written in Luke chapter 15, verse 11 through 32. And you can resist temptation with God's help, as 2 Thessalonians chapter 3, verse 3 reminds us. The Lord is faithful. He will establish you and guard you against the evil one. Y'all stay safe. Y'all stay prayed up. Repent. Unplug from this matrix. Stay with the Most High. Trust in the Most High. Until the next video.